Greetings everyone, this is Lodrik. This is a game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition in the play by email with or against Jochen. Jochen, the allied player, for me is Empire of Japan. And today we check the January 4th, 1942 turn. So I don't know, I'm still on the way with my army on Singapore, but I'm for sure will not arrive there today, so there is nothing. The Battle of Clarkfield was not a success. I need at least 3-4 days to recover my units and reorganize, so I also don't expect there much. Maybe the main focus point is if my light and heavy cruiser formation in the South Philippine Seas can escape the Catalina strikes of the second day, and if my carrier division number 1 finds something to kill in Townsville area. Good. I take over here one more base. It's always nice to have this. Save me later on pick up one by one. Normally the Philippines, there's not really much industry or resources to pick. Here's a Mark 14 again, hit but no explosion against one of my cruiser mine layers. This is around Truk. I think I sent this cruiser mine layers source to Rabul to start creating minefields. It's important to mine every main port. Or if you don't do this, you throw away your mines. I mean, the mines you get for free, so why don't use the mines and mine your ports? It will simply keep it more safe. Attack on a destroyer. This is of course often not successful, unluckily. Normally if I can kill here now some more destroyers, this will hurt Jochen his escort duty stuff. But it's very hard. And only 2 torpedoes, so this is only a defense operation of the submarine to win more time. Oh, but here we have a very heavy troop transport, and we get at least 1 torpedo inside, and damage to engine. This is always good, because damage to engine always means it is really slow and not easy to repair. But unluckily too late. Looks like that the unloading was just finished, because the ship is on heavy damage with 1 torpedo hit. So this is my revanche against the tanker force, and this is equally, I would say, because the Allies, I think they have unlimited cargo shipping. They have maybe not unlimited tanker force, but they can use cargo ships to transport fuel because they have unlimited fuel, so they don't much care efficiency. But what the Allies really don't have unlimited up to end of 42 is troop transports. So every troop transport I can kill now will for sure handicap any future movements for Jochen. So if I can choose, troop transports are the number 1 target for me after enemy carriers and maybe enemy destroyers. And again, these are my patrol ships. I will let them run around Japan, normally only find the submarines and force them to use torpedoes. I still have no really submarine hunter force. This is first coming. Okay, so my carriers are now in the position of source east of Townsville, and I can see here some enemy shippings. Looks like at least 3 or 4 task forces in the area. And we kill here one enemy recon airplane. Okay. I try to sweep Changsha. I think the days before I attack always the airport of Changsha, and now Jochen try to defend maybe this. Yeah, because I think last turn I attacked the P-38 Lightning fighters on the ground, and I damaged and killed I think 1 or 2. And I'm not sure if he moves them out or can move them out. So he tried to now cover this, the airspace. And I bring some zeros in to wipe out any enemy cap fighters. So it's now a 0 against the I-15, and this is of course, I would say maybe one-sided. But not too many kills so far. Yeah, a lot of damage. The I-15 can hit a 0. I always come from behind, and normally this is a kill. This time we get the kill. But somehow these I-15s are not so bad. So the last 0. I don't know if 1-0 can kill 6 enemy fighters. Yeah, okay. Okay, all the I-15s are running away. Yeah. Okay. We're sweeping the area and maybe we kill 2 or 3 of them. You will see. And this is, I think, the second air battle of Port Moresby. The first was a very successful. I do this more or less in combination with my area strike, because I was not sure. I mean, normally a P-40 don't have the range, but I want to more or less use my land-based zeros to keep the air forces or air wings in Port Moresby busy, so that my carrier can, let's say, wipe out and clean up the area without interfering with enemy fighters. So even if I cannot kill now the Warhawks, but it looks like I can kill them again, I can maybe damage them, and a Warhawk is also always complicated to maintenance. Roughly you can say that at least the first, or I mean 41, 42 airframes of Japan, they're all, the design is maybe on unarmored, small engines, but easy to produce, cheap to produce, or but easy to maintenance at least. All of these airframes of Japan, they always have normally a service ranking of only 1, so they are easily damaged, but they are also easily to be fixed. So, but American airplanes, they often have protection and more, so they have a service rating of 2, 3, or even 4. So they need much more groundwork and maintenance time. So if I can now damage Warhawks, they maybe need 3-4 days before they can take off again. And this gives me time normally to use my carriers without any fear that there's an airstrike coming. I also can use my strike bombers more freely without the fear that there's a lot of cap fighters waiting for me. So this is always a strategy or thinking behind it. And these Warhawks are really dying. The I-15s there was good. I mean, compared to these Warhawks, they had a much better day. These Warhawks are simply dying non-stop. But maybe these are only American schoolboys or whatever. I don't know what's Jochen's role here against me. Maybe this is really only pilots coming out of the school and have no experience. I don't know. I only see that the kill ratio is at least 3-1 for me. Yeah, but at least 1 Zero fighter must kill and die every day, looks like. Every airstrike, at least 1 pilot will not return to base. But it's okay, he lives in honor, and his brother in arms will remember him. And soon Port Moresby is also under Japanese control, and then I can maybe set a memory stone there and remember his great spirit. And this is the second Zero I lose today. So I think the kill ratio is 3-1, 4-1, but it's still acceptable. It's unavoidable to really lose never ever anything. Then maybe the allied player don't know what he's doing. And Jochen maybe know what he's doing, but he have not maybe the equipment to really fight better. So now the Warhawks, they're giving up. They're breaking. They have no morale more. The losses are so high that these pilots they running away. Clean, fast kill, and the rest scattered. So I think we have here 2 to 8, so maybe 3 to 1, 4 to 1 kill ratio, and it's okay. I come here on the top level, what the Zero can fly. Simply, why not? The P-40s can also try to fly so high. It's always the attacker can always choose. The defender must always balances. If the cap fighters are also in 31,000 feet, then maybe they can engage the enemy sweep good, but they will maybe miss enemy strike forces if they're coming low on 10,000 feet. So it's always the advantage of the attacker. He choose where he want fight and what altitude he want fight, and the defender have the advantage that it is his own airspace. If he all of these air pilots, maybe only 2 or 3 are killed, but I lose also 2 or 3 pilots, so the loss of pilots are maybe equal. So it is. So here, this is now the second. Maybe I can go in, kill 1 or 2 I-15s. Okay. One nice clean kill. Okay. Yeah, only 1 kill and 1 damage airplane. The first P-40 sent back to... yeah, and then the braking. Okay, only damaged airplanes, but no kill. But it was okay. This is, I don't know exactly why, only 2 zeros taking off, but it can happen. Here's a heavy cloud. So maybe all of those other pilots, this is normally I think an airstrike of 12 or 14 zeros, but only 2 took off. Not sure why, but I believe it's have something to do with the bad weather. The other pilots maybe all failed to take off. But because this is a purely air sweep strike, it's normally not so important how many zeros I send here. Of course, more zeros will have more kills for me, but because it looks like today, this is normally the same airstrike like last day. Last day I think I come with 14 airframes. Today only with 2. And yesterday Jochen refused to fight. Today he is in the air. Normally today I can kill them, but 40 buffaloes, 50 buffaloes and 10 hawks, so at least 60 more fighters are still here. So the air war of Java is still not over. And now, after double sweep, now I come in with my light bombers. The advantage of this Oscar is that both airframes operate now in low altitude, and the Oscar is designed for low altitude. A Zero can also fly in medium altitude and still operate well, but the Oscar is normally a purely low altitude fighter, and so they are normally, the Oscars are okay for escort duties because they must stick to the bomber formation. It is at least some escort I give my bombers here in this area of war. And it looks like that one of the I-15s can bypass my escorts and they're taking these cheap bomber formations. And now the airstrike. And the damage is for the amount of bombs I throw on them okay, I would say. Always supply hits are good because supplies is always a shortage for the Chinese. And destroying runway or airport installation is also good because it will slow down the maintenance. So more airbase hit. The airbase hit normally will have an impact on the maintenance time, and the runway hit will normally have a chance to that you have more landing and starting accidents if you still operate airframes out of this airport. Okay, now the Russian bombers are coming. Today I have nothing to intercept them. It's okay. The Dutch are coming, trying to slow down my Navy Guard unit is walking up here this wall. And I think Yesterday, Jochen attacked Takao, and I had only the Cates there, and I was not able to really do something. Here in Sama, or Sanya today, I have some zeros. They're also not elite pilots, they're also only just so, but at least they have the better airframe. Unluckily, I lose immediately one of my airframes, but I hope I don't lose the pilot, only the airframe. And my zeros, they can punch much stronger against. I mean, they have also only 2 light machine guns in the center line, but also 2 cannons in the wings. So if the cannons with 20mm hit the fortress, it will normally not kill the fortress immediately, but damage heavily. Maybe create enough damage that they are later written off. We will see. Yeah. But I have no radar, and because I don't have radar, I have not much time to intercept. The B-17 is a fast bomber. Many maybe don't know this, but compared, I think they have the same speed like my fast bombers. So they're not slow. And I lose here one local mine tenders. So this is a 1-point ship, so this is not so important. But 2 of my cargo ships get a hit. But to lose 1-0 for one B-17, even it's killed by his flag, it's good, because the 0 is only 1 point, but the fortresses are 4 points value. So even a kill ratio of 4-1 would be, if only purely by victory points, okay. And there are some more coming. Okay, I cannot come in a position. This time nothing, only port fuel hit. Good, now my carriers are on the move. But this is only small stuff. A mine layer. What? AM? No, I don't know more. I think it's a mine layer, something. But they are cheap, nothing. And a PG, okay, that's a patrol craft. And a AP. Good. So then the AEM and the PG was only the submarine escort, anti-submarine escort. But important was here this AP. And the bomb hit gets 4 heavy fires, heavy damage. So the most important target is the AP. Good. And the AP looks like crippled. Or even maybe sinking. And here's one more AP. Good. The more APs I can get rid of, the better. And if we, okay, double torpedo hit. This AP is more or less dead. So I get here some revenge for my destroyed tankers. First the submarine, and now here some other more. 2 more APs are dead. And again with 1,000 soldiers on board. And I can get to... it's maybe mixed. So also vehicles and guns are here, so not bad, not bad. And here's more. Yeah, some cargo. Oh, more APs. and more AMs for anti-submarine duty. I think this is all now dead. There's nothing. Sinking. More sinking. And sinking. So nothing more left to attack. Oh, there was still something. But at the end everything sunk. But this is an empty cargo shipping. So 1 AP and 2 AKs. Ah yeah, okay. But more tonnage on the ground. On the bottom of the sea. More Dutch. And sinking sounds. And there's an AP in the port. Okay. Yeah, bad weather. My Zeros cannot take off because of the bad weather. So I make now an air raid against the airport. And I can kill or damage here some of those Dutch bombers. They're attacking me all the time. And I also normally make it very unlikely that every damaged bomber can repair. Okay, I hoped I can outrun this. I go with maximum speed and I have here normally heavy cloud. But somehow in the afternoon the Catalinas find me. And of course immediately can land a torpedo hit on all of my escort ships. And I get a torpedo hit of one of my light cruisers. And of course a damage. Then non-explosion, but again, so at least 3 torpedo hits. And out of 3 torpedoes, now the cruiser is for sure damaged, dead. The instant kill. And one more support ship down. So the day was normally good and then this happened. I don't know why, how this can be possible. Normally there are heavy storms, how the Catalinas can find me. I'm on full speed. Still they can score 3 torpedo hits. Tja. But to make sure that this airport will never operate again, because I don't need this airport normally. And again, 2 more on the ground destroyed and more damage, and yeah, everything what is damaged I think cannot repair more. Now the Dutch are coming. Luckily I have some zeros. So in the air war I did more or less everything right, but these Catalinas are really the most annoying stuff. This is also why I say in Pearl Harbor, better use all your dive bombers to attack the airfields and try to get rid of most of these Catalinas, or as many as possible, because I would say in the first 6 or at least for 3 months of the war, the Catalinas are the strongest asset player have. And you can see how Jochen can use it. Because the problem is that I simply don't have enough zero fighters. I cannot have everywhere zeros. And normally you can split up maybe the carriers even more. That is more easy to say and not always to manage. So at least one Dutch guy, maybe the rest also gets damaged in return. And they're coming back. Not sure how this is possible. And one more of my escort ships gets hit. I don't think they're really too small to be attacked by a torpedo bomber, but and they always explode these torpedoes. Yeah, one torpedo hit is of course enough for 800 kiloton ship. Yeah, really not a good day. Maybe I can at least save my cruiser, my scout cruiser. This is normally the big target, much easier to hit. And they hit, but no explosion. So, okay. Then maybe I can say, even at least this was okay. I think this cruiser had already now 3 torpedo hits, but none of the torpedoes ever explode. Okay, one of my rowboats in the middle of the ocean. You find here nothing, but also the attack was no failure. Good. Maybe any air land war now? Okay, some bombardment. A bombardment to keep the Chinese forces busy. I'm bringing here over the last days some additional heavy artillery stuff. So I have maybe now more guns and the better guns. If it have a big impact, it's hard to say. Yeah, this is the end of the day. Good. So a mixed day, but at the end maybe in favor for Japan, even with all of this. So kill ratio 19 to 5, 4 to 1, and some destroyed on field, killed by flak and operational losses. So the error was in total clear in favor for Japan, 34 to 6 at the end. And from this 34 are 14 frontline fighters, first class, 9 additional fighters but only second class. Then we have this completely wipe out of this Dutch bomber force on the ground. And I also lost some zeros. But I get also rid of 4 long-range bombers from the Dutch. Even if they cannot transport their torpedoes, but they're also not so bad normally. And 2 fortresses again killed. These are always a lot of points for me. And at least it looks... 1 Catalina killed by flak, so I get a small revanche, but of course 1 Catalina is never enough. And 1 other Catalina, I think this was the scout plane. This I killed maybe at Java. My second carrier division gave me the sound feedback that I kill an enemy scout. So this was the Catalina 1, I think. So 6 pilots. So I can only check now where I get lost my 6 pilots. I can maybe check here. Check my air wing. And this air wing say in total the air wing lost up to 5 airframes. And last turn I had 1 killed pilot and 1 pilot is missing in action. So 2 pilots lost. Okay. And these are normally good pilots, you can see. They're well trained. Defense 70, air 70, so nothing super crazy, but they are ready for frontline duties. You cannot get, if the training is not possible to go over 70. So they are perfectly trained. You cannot get anything better. If you want to have better than 70, you must have active duty. Like this now. And I lost here 5 airframes, but I killed 20 airframes, so there's no kill for enemy pilots because I don't know if the pilots survive or not. But I can see that this air wing have a kill ratio of 1 to 4. So this is all I can ask for. Kill ratio 3 to 1 is still good, and 2 to 1 is acceptable. In 43, I would say the kill ratio 1 to 1 is acceptable. Good. I don't know, in the other air wing was active this turn was, I think, here. No, this was the Oscars. They did nothing. Must be here. Changsha. They have no losses but 4 kills. And this air wing lost up to now 6 airframes, 3 killed, 3 missing in action, so all 6 pilots are, but they have a kill ratio of 1 to 1, you can say. So, but for escort duty it is better. Escort duty is often harder for airplane. So sweeping, the pilot can really focus on killing and dogfight, and escort is always try to protect the bombers. Don't run away too far from your bombers, and only defend, not attack normally so much. Anyway, so the arrow was successful. Ship sunk last turn for Japan. So I lost this light cruiser. It's maybe one of this. This is a slow light cruisers. Hard to say what you really can do with them. They are normally something like heavy escort asset, I would say. They are maybe really only good for to protect something what you really want to protect, but what is not frontline duty, maybe like troop transports. This kind of ships, they get also some, I think, anti-submarine stuff later on, but they never really be a great ship. Let me check. This is a Katori class. I think I have also other one of this. Speed of 18. Here, this is a type ship. This is this kind of ship, so you can see they're having small firepower, a little torpedoes, but nothing really special. Anti-aircraft is shitty, nothing is really good. You can upgrade them in August of 42. Then they're getting a little better anti-aircraft equipment, but also still nothing really good. Then it's the beginning of 44. But this is first in the beginning of 44. Then they're changing to heavy anti-submarine killer and anti-aircraft stuff. At this moment, so in the beginning of 44, you can say, okay, now they are really good escort ships. But they are still only escort ships. And then they're getting a little more upgrade. But this is only more light machine guns or heavy cannons, something like this, and better radar. So this is a big change. So up to March of 44, this kind of ship is very, very limited use, because this is nothing. This is maybe, I'm not even know if this is enough to fight the enemy destroyer, because the belt armor is only 25. It's hard to say what you want to do with this. Even a destroyer can sink this ship with a little lucky hits. Yeah, anyway, so I want only say that I'm not really care this kind of ship too much. It's of course a ship and it's her points, but doesn't matter. I normally care this kind of DMS much more, because the DMS, I can also show this. A DMS is official a minesweeper, so you must check under mine. Well, then you must go down. Oh yeah, here, oops, I missed it here. So this is his minesweeper stuff. This is of course a shitty ship now. There's nothing what this ship can really do, but you can get now already upgrade. I normally won't upgrade them all. Then there's still nothing really great, but you get this deep water equipment, so they can then use for deep water attacks. In the beginning of 43, they have really the good deep water equipment. This is the only good equipment for really destroying submarines in deep water. So this is the best ships early on for anti-submarine hunter groups. This is why I would normally keep them. So I really miss now 3 of them already. Not good. But I have still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. So I can make out of this 2 or 3 hunter groups. If 4 is the maximum, I miss a little. But okay, I can convert other ships also to this kind of class later on. Still a little unlucky. Good. This is what I lost last turn. And of course the AMC. This is nothing. This is a 1-point ship. What the Allies lost? This ship is for sure maybe. I mean, this was heavily damaged, and I hear a sinking sound, but it's hard to say if this ship sunk. I would say 1 torpedo hit is maybe not enough to sink it, but it for sure is be crippled. And this is a really heavy ship, 13,000 tons. This is the same level like my tankers. So also the point values are very similar. Only that this ship transport troops and not oil or fuel. But we also get, or I get rid of at least of 2 other okay troop transport ships, 2,000. So not bad. And 1 good cargo ship and 1 so-so cargo ship. So the rest is not so important. At the end, it was a success. But yeah, there's always something happening. What I don't like happened. China, no change. You can still see I only arrive here with my full army, so I can now use 1,500 attack value to wipe out this 1 Chinese unit. Okay. I'm moving here. 1,500 attack value is coming. 3,500 attack value is coming. 1,500 attack value is coming, and here's one more 1,500 attack value coming, and here's 500 more coming. So there's a lot of attack value moving on Cyan, and then we will see. My HQ is still not in range, but I will try to catch up. Here's one additional, or here I think additional 600 attack value on the way moving. I am blocking here only this, nothing else happening here in the source. I detected some fleet, but this is only motor short range stuff. Only for sub-hunter. I think Jochen only uses to hunt in the shallow water for my submarines. Makes sense. I try to block here, and I have here some mines, but this is maybe not enough mines to really create enough damage. You need 50 or 100 mines in a hex to have a chance to hit something. I also have here some submarines looking somewhere else, but so far maybe not too much active duty here. Submarines going out, trying to be in position. Singapore maybe. So 34 I make, I think, I'm not more sure. If I make 12 miles last turn. So not sure if maybe next turn or next turn I arrive in Singapore, and then we have the big battle there. Here's nothing happening. Here my sweep was somehow very crippled by bad weather. And nothing really happened, and I was waiting that Jochen attack me, but nothing happened, so shitty. And here is this, the one cruiser formation arrived and is safe. The other formation is, lost just 3 ships this turn. Unluckily, if normally the ships attack maybe my escort ships here, they have also deep water equipment already. And they're getting an end of 42 already, the super heavy equipment. These are the best hunter groups. And I will use them for hunting, not for escorting so much. Normally with the Japanese you must, I would say, the not so good equipment you have for escort duty of your ships to simply only make it hard for the submarine to attack, and then you have the really good equipment to hunt down enemy submarines. Because the numbers are limited for Japan. So I also focus heavily on air sub-hunters. So I train many of my Navy bombers for submarine hunting. Good. And the last stuff is my carrier group is here in position. I'm not sure if all of my carriers really was active. Here, 30 sorties use this carrier. Oops, wrong direction. This carrier use only 14. Also only little. Yeah, good. Every carrier sends something out, but not with full force. But okay, at least every carrier was active. I have here some AV. I don't know. This is maybe float plane tender stuff. He won't bring to Port Moresby. Then of course he will run away. So the big question is, I have now here still 4 task forces, and this is a 4, 7. This is only here's more, and here's more. So I would expect that Jochen maybe try to run with this stuff back to Port Moresby or somewhere else here. He maybe try to go to port with this equipment, and with this equipment he runs source. So it's always a question, and now you stay in the center and everywhere enemies. But where to go? And I must decide this, where to go. And then we will see if I can find a little more and bring justice to this area of the world. Thank you all, take care, bye bye.